Welcome back and to tourism under the title The 50 Best Places to Travel in 2023. The Travel and Leisure Tourism website prepared a list that includes destinations according to the criteria and categories set by the website, including cultural, riches, foods, landscapes, beaches, and others. Egypt has topped a list of other destinations and was among the best cultural tourism destinations. The website highlighted the most prominent elements of Egypt, referring to the imminent opening of the Grand Egyptian Museum, which is located close to the pyramids in Giza. Welcome back, and on this topic and the significance of this season in tourism, we're glad to be joined over the phone by Dr. Adel, Hamza, tourism expert. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Well, how does Egypt's designation as a distinctive winter tourist destination from specialized global locations affect tourism market here in Egypt?
Yeah, we're actually talking about this specific subject that Egypt in the last years or from the last decades, you can say that considered one of the best destinations for tourism in winter. And this year, Egypt was classified as number 8, which is really a very good number, a very good rating for Egypt, because we didn't have this grade actually before. Mm-hmm. So number 8 means that Egypt will attract a lot of tourists for the winter season. Why? Because the location of Egypt, of course, the weather of Egypt, a lot of the Europeans and the cold countries right now, they are planning their vacation sometimes during the year to come on the warm periods. And one of the warm periods in the world among or all around the world is Egypt, which is considered one of, as I said, the 8 famous countries to have tourism in winter.
Right, sir, as you've just mentioned. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, please. That's okay, go ahead.
When it comes to tourism, as you mentioned, we have it all. We have the beautiful weather, warm weather, we have the cultural sites, and of course we have also the wonderful beaches. What do we need to work on to further enhance tourism in Egypt?
Yeah, this is actually because as you not only the weather, but it's only in other countries, only the weather that affecting the people or tourists in the seasons of winter. But in Egypt, it's different, because when you come to Egypt, you will enjoy also the culture tourism. So there are a lot of sightseeing places you can see, and of course, one of the most beautiful places you can see in winter is Luxor and Aswan, having the 2/3 of the not feel that it's different than summer. You can go to the beaches, you can go for diving, you can go for snorkeling. All these activities you can do in winter. So this is one of also the attractions you can come to Egypt for. Another occasion in Egypt, there are occasions like the exhibitions, like books. Some holiday winter with.
Dr. Adel, we request you please to stay in a place where the signal is a bit better. The signal is not stable.
For attracting tourists, yeah.
Right. In your opinion, what are the most important tourist destinations in Egypt?
When it comes to winter, of course, Luxor and Aswan comes in the first class.
Yes.
And then the beaches in Egypt, which is really something not available in other countries. Now in Egypt, there are also a lot of another kinds of tourism, like medical tourism. The people, they can come to the Red Sea and Safari and these places to enjoy the warm water and warm sand. So it's a matter of medical also. So what we need actually to work right now is to look in another opinion, with another view to the attractions we have, to the elements we have to attract more tourists. Hello?
Well, sir, how far has
Right.
the energy shortages in Europe affected Egypt's choice as a tourist destination this winter?
Uh, you mean the energy? What do you mean by energy? You mean the shortage of energy or what?
Yes, the shortage in energy in Europe.
Yeah, this is actually a very good question because the people now in Europe, especially the countries which is having a shortage in energy, like Germany, like Scandinavian countries, all these people right now they are planning their trips to be in winter to find a warm place to spend some time. And this year they are thinking of spending longer time. In my experience, I found some of the tourists who were talking to me about a week ago about this, and they were talking about that, it was a little bit chilly in Cairo, so they said, oh, we are escaping from the cold weather to come to Cairo, but I explained to them that it's not the normal weather, it's abnormal weather, and they are coming to enjoy the sun. And
Yes.
later on, the sun came and they enjoyed. So this is one of the thinking right now in Europe. They are thinking of the shortage of energy, so they are thinking of warm countries. One of the warm countries closer to them is Egypt, not only because of the weather, but also the activities they can do in Egypt. So it's a good chance, a golden chance for us to attract more people, at least to make those people aware with what Egypt is offering to them.
Sir, the Ministry of Tourism have launched several campaigns to promote tourism in Egypt. How far did this affect tourist turnout?
Frankly speaking, they were working in that. I didn't actually expect that they are going to work like this because they make, as you said, many campaigns to attract people in this winter, and they use this element, which is the shortage of energy. So this was effective one, and as I see from the numbers, which we are practicing right now, that the numbers is increasing, which means that they are successful so far in attracting a lot of people from Europe.
Well, European tourists have different destinations, preferred ones. And of course, different nationalities have different preferred destinations. What are these destinations with regards to tourist categories?
In the past, we were depending on the destinations from Ukraine and Russia, but because of the war, there is a shortage in this. But right now, what I see in the numbers that the numbers coming from Germany and from Spain is actually more than the last year. You can say it's 2 or 3 times more than the numbers in the last year, which is good sign that we have more, more. For people we didn't actually expect them before to come, which is good sign that the next years will be better.
Well, sir, would you tell us more about the significance of developing the pyramids area and the Grand Egyptian Museums area?
That will be a great project actually, and as you said, the Grand Museum will open finally. They already said the date. The second quarter of the year. So it's going to be in the middle of this year, or maybe at maximum by November, which is going to have a big change in that area. And the area of the pyramid itself, they started to do a lot of development there. We are right now seeing a lot of buildings related to the services. It's going to be offered to the tourists in the pyramid area, like, restaurants, restrooms, cafes in this area, which is going to take this area to another place, which is I'm very optimistic that this area, the whole area, will be a very, very international big destination the next year.
Right. Well, sir, of course, the whole world is looking forward to the inauguration of the Grand Egyptian Museum. How far will this opening affect tourism in Egypt, have a positive impact on tourism in Egypt?
Of course, this will affect the field of the tourism in Egypt. As you said, that this is not happening every day. This event not happening every day. We are going to have one of the largest museums in the world. So this museum, when it opens, it will be classified as number 3 or number 4 among the largest museums in the world, which is going to attract itself a lot of tourists more than what we have right now. So this is a very, very good project, very great project, will take the tourism in Egypt and the attractions in Egypt to another area. So.
Right. Well, sir, Egypt also is one of the richest countries when it comes to medical tourism. Now, how do you introduce this kind of tourism to the Egyptians?
This is one of the treasures which is really still hidden in the Egyptian tourism, because this subject or this aspect didn't take the enough attention till now from the people who are taking care of the tourism in Egypt. And I think the strategy of the new minister is to take care of these places, and I heard him talking a lot about these places and about this idea and how to promote the idea among the Egyptians first, to be first among the Egyptians, and then it will be globally, recently.
Sir, how do you assess the ministry's efforts in returning the looting artifacts?
They are doing good efforts also in that subject. They are working actually in different. The new minister of tourism is still about 4 months ago. He was appointed as the minister of tourism like 4 months ago, and frankly, we didn't expect what he's doing right now. He is doing a lot of efforts. He's promoting Egypt in another way. He is looking for the Egyptian tourism with another view. As you can say, he's thinking out of the box for the Egyptian tourism, which is going to make it something great in the next years. You will see the results in the next 2 or 3 years. You will see these results, and you will see these numbers in all the aspects of tourism.
Right. Well, I would like to thank you very much, Dr. Adel Hamza, tourism expert. Many thanks for your insight. And dear viewers, we come to the end of this edition of Cairo Local Time. Many thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the top stories that will be coming up in a moment.